Technology opens so many doors. This era of AI will not really change the world for the worse, but it would actually change the world for the better. I'm Jehanzeb Mirza, and I'm currently a postdoctoral researcher at MIT CSAIL in the Spoken Language Systems group, which is led by Dr. James Class. My research is mostly focused on multimodal learning. Primarily, I'm focused on vision and language understanding. I personally come from a computer vision background where we just had these unimodal models where we just fed the visual data or these images or videos, and then we recognize some patterns into it, which is basically called pattern recognition, right? This was the unimodal systems, right? And then the multimodal networks are basically having this fusion of more than one modalities. In a nutshell, it would be basically a network which is able to process more than one modalities. So when we are talking about, for example, understanding of cats, let's say, right? Very simple example, right? So as we have this scenario in which there are multiple photos which are being taken from different angles of this particular cat, right? So now we basically need to have data in our training phase in which we would have these different scenarios in which we will take the photos of the cats, right? But of course, this is not so interesting in the sense that these models can actually just cram the particular data distribution, right? So, for example, if we feed in some particular cats, then probably it would just be able to recognize these particular cats, which is not so interesting, right? The holy grail, as I call it, is basically making these model generalize to different cats, let's say, right? So we train on some particular subset of cats, let's say, and then now we want to kind of recognize or answer questions or do something with some other species of cats. I mean, there are so many applications. I mean, I can start to list them, and we would run out of time. But let's just talk about a couple of things here, right? You must have seen this. This OpenAI video in which this person was basically wandering. I think he was in London, but he was visually impaired, and he was able to kind of use his phone to tell him what is basically happening, right? So this was his, let's say, visual assistant, right? Technology opens so many doors, right? So same happened with the internet era, right? Internet just basically changed the way we look at things right now, right? It gave, like, coming from Pakistan especially, right? So it opened so many doors for people who could just basically go on the internet, could just do freelancing, they could learn any kind of skill which they basically want just by going on YouTube and typing a couple of words, right? So I feel like this is something which I want the people to be excited about, that this era of AI will not really, like, how do you say, change the world for the worse, but it would actually change the world for the better. I give this example to so many people that humans are actually perceiving the environment not only through our eyes or through vision, not only through our ears, which is related to sound, let's say, or through language, but we are perceiving the environment as a whole, with the fusion of all these modalities, right? So this is something which I want to kind of hopefully make the people understand that what I'm working on, or what people in the field of multimodal learning are working on, is basically to empower these systems to perceive these perceive our environment in a much better way. Yeah.